On Friday, March 13th, 2020, as COVID-19 spread into our community, North Fulton Community Charities closed our doors to the public to help stop the spread of the virus. Within days, plans were made to move food pantry services, direct financial assistance, and education programs online so we could continue to serve those most vulnerable during the crisis while limiting in-person contact. NFCC staff members reflect on how this pandemic has affected our community.
Because we know that this crisis is going to be a long-term situation. So getting them out of the immediate emergency is part of what we're trying to address. But we also want to help them stabilize in the long term. And even with some of the stimulus and unemployment assistance, it's not enough to cover their expenses. It's certainly not enough to cover their expenses month after month after month. People are panicked, they're scared. We are seeing many people that either we haven't seen in 2 or 3 years or we've never worked with before.
We have always been a client choice pantry for the past 5 years. And when COVID-19 hit, there was a major change on how we serve our families. It was still important to me to have our families have a choice because we do a better job and they do a better job of feeding their families when they have a choice, and we do a better job of providing food to everybody, less waste. We communicated to our clients that they had to fill this order form out online. There are up to 60 items that they can receive. They can shop once a week, but they're choosing the food that their family wants and what their family needs. We run the order out to them. It's already filled. We have filled the orders ahead of time. We run the order out to them. At that point, they are also receiving bread, sweets, produce, fruit, milk, dairy, anything else that we can add on to that order, we do. It's been a big change for our families, and one of the things that we recognize now more than ever is that they are challenged in many ways, and transportation being the biggest problem. But we get so many emails and so many thank yous, and we had a lady who actually called, and it was her first time, and for 11 years she had been a donor. She goes to one of our major churches, and she had been a donor to their food drives and was very hesitant to have to come in and get food or to come and get food, and she thanked us with tears in her voice for being kind, efficient, and it was really touching.
It's been humbling and fearful to hear their desperate need for help, and to be part of NFCC that will help them to get back on track for a month or a few weeks with the food that we provide, the financial assistance we give. It's been very humbling.
It was important to help folks continue their education and their skill building activities so that they feel like they can move forward after the crisis. I recreated our primary programs, GED, ESL, financial and job coaching, to virtual online environments, looking forward, preparing for a better future, especially during these times. It gives people hope. And that's where I think listening to Vanetta, our ESL students' presentation clip, I think you'll see why these programs are so important.
I'm not young, and I think when the person change life in these ages, it's difficult to dream about. In NFCC, I met very good, very nice people. In this moment, after this class, I can dream, and I'm thankful everybody for this.